In a flashback to shortly before they leave Walter White's meth business, Jesse Pinkman asks Mike Ehrmantraut where he would go to start over. Mike says if he were younger, he would go to Alaska, which Jesse finds appealing. Jesse expresses the desire to make amends for past wrongdoing, but Mike cautions that starting over would make that impossible. In the present, Jesse flees the Brotherhood compound in Todd Alquist's El Camino. He goes to the Albuquerque home of Skinny Pete and Badger, who hide the car and give Jesse a place to sleep. The next morning, Jesse calls Old Joe to dispose of the El Camino, but Joe leaves after discovering its LoJack. Pete devises a plan to make it appear Jesse fled after trading the El Camino for Pete's Ford Thunderbird. Pete and Badger give Jesse the money. Walter gave them, and Badger drives south in the Thunderbird, so it appears Jesse is headed to Mexico. Pete stays with the El Camino and waits for the police to respond to the LoJack. Jesse departs in Badger's Pontiac Fiero. He learns from the radio news of Walter's fatal poisoning of a woman, and of Walter's death. In a flashback to Jesse's captivity, Todd takes Jesse to Todd's apartment to help dispose of his cleaning lady, whom he killed after she discovered his hidden money. They sidestep Lou Schanzer, Todd's busybody neighbor, and bury the corpse in the painted dessert. Jesse briefly holds the pistol Todd left unsecured, but Todd talks him into returning it. In the present, Jesse sneaks into Todd's apartment and searches for Todd's money. He finds the new hiding place. Policemen Neil Candy and Casey enter and begin searching. Jesse hides, but holds Casey at gunpoint after Casey finds him. Neil disarms Jesse, who realizes they are not police, but thugs also looking for Todd's money. To save himself, Jesse reveals he found the cash. Lou reports finding an old note from Todd, and Casey distracts him by feigning interest. Neil and Jesse bargain over the cash, and Neil lets Jesse take a third. As they depart, Jesse recognizes Neil as the welder who built the tether that held him while he was forced to cook meth for the Brotherhood. Jesse finds Ed Galbraith, the disappearer, who wants to use $125,000 to aid Jesse, plus $125,000 for the previous occasion when Jesse hired him, but failed to commit. Jesse is $1,800 short and Ed refuses to help. Knowing they are being surveilled, Jesse calls his parents and feigns willingness to surrender. After his parents and the police depart, Jesse sneaks into the Pinkman home and takes 2 pistols from his father's safe, a Colt Woodsman and an Ivor Johnson hammerless. Jesse drives to Neil's shop, where Neil, Casey, and 3 friends celebrate with escorts and cocaine. After the escorts leave, he asks for $1,800, and Neil refuses. Seeing the Woodsman in Jesse's waistband, Neil challenges Jesse's waistband. Neil challenges Jesse to a duel for his share of the cash. Jesse agrees, and when Neil reaches for his gun, Jesse shoots him with the hammerless, which was concealed in his jacket pocket. Casey fires at Jesse, but Jesse kills him with Neil's gun. Jesse collects the driver's licenses of the remaining men and lets them leave after threatening to return and kill them if they tell the police. He recovers Neil's cash and departs after setting an explosion to cover his tracks. In a flashback, Walter and Jesse have breakfast after a multi-day meth cook. Estimating they will make more than $1 million. Walter laments having waited his entire life to do something special and calls Jesse lucky, since he will not have to wait. In the present, Ed drops Jesse off at a car parked near Haines, Alaska. Jesse gives Ed a letter for Brock Cantillo and acknowledges he does not want to say goodbye to anyone else. Driving off, Jesse has a flashback to his time with Jane Margoli. He tells her he admires what she said about going wherever the universe takes her, but she dismisses it as metaphorical and encourages him to make his own decisions. Jesse drives on, smiling at the prospect of a new life.